I don't know why this is doing this, but hey, I want to talk about the ancestors. Now it's interesting that our ancestors walk with us, right? And there was a time the ancestors want you to know that it's okay to talk to the ancestors. Okay, the ancestors are the ones that passed before us. Okay, um, and we used to, as a culture, okay, commune with our ancestors, talk to them. Okay, sit down, and they would tell us things. Okay, in the metaphysical. Okay, now what happened was religion came in and said, "Oh, that is not okay." Okay, they feared it because they didn't understand it. Okay, there's a difference. They feared it because they didn't understand it. What you don't understand, you fear. Okay, which is not a good thing. So we all, it doesn't matter what race you are. Okay, but the ones that really understood this knowledge um, was the natives, the we can say African Americans or Africans themselves. They understood this knowledge. They still understand this knowledge to today, the present moment. But the problem with this knowledge is the churches condemned it because they thought it was uh, um, something dark because they didn't understand it. They really wasn't that they didn't understand it, is that they feared it. Okay, they feared this. All these people talking to dead people that passed over. I mean, how is this even possible? They didn't understand it. They feared it. Um, and they would call it different names. Okay. The ancestors is saying that they're around you and it's okay to talk to them. Now, on my spiritual journey, you guys, and I'll tell you guys this all the time, um, I've been to many churches, okay? But you will never find your spirituality in a church. And the reason why I say that is because I have been to many dominations of churches, and not one church that I've been to, I found my spirit. Now, I did take something with me, and it was the knowledge of the churches that I've been to. But my spiritual journey, I learned on my spiritual walk, right? Um, because I was always searching, because I always knew there was more out there than just what I was seeing, and what I was seeing in the churches, what I was hearing. I'm like, there gotta be more out here. Okay. Sometimes when we seek the truth, it can be kind of scary because it's like an unknown area. Okay. It's also not a comfortable area. The reason why is because you start seeing yourself for who you really are, that self reflection. Um, and you learn a lot about people, okay? People, places, and things when you walk on the spiritual journey. Now, I was walking on the spiritual journey. Like I said, I went to different dominations of churches, and I was trying to find out where I belong on the spiritual path, but it wasn't in a church. My spiritual path was my own spiritual path, if that makes sense. Like, I'm not saying don't go to church, okay? If you want to go to church, that's fine. It's just a title, okay? It's a title. It means it has no weight, okay? It has no weight, all right? When you walk a spiritual path of enlightenment, it's you going through this journey of expanding and ascension of the perspective that you perceive. Okay. Now, but a lot of people are scared of this because they fear it. They fear the unknown. They're comfortable in the space that they're in. But you have to be in an uncomfortable space to understand your spiritual journey. Okay. That uncomfortable space, that space of learning, that space of expanding, that space of ascension. Okay. True ascension, you guys. Okay. It's possible. Now, I did a video of Kundalini, right? Now, Kundalini is more of, um, goes back to the Hindu, okay? Um, and if you look all across the world, in every culture, they have their own way, their own ways, okay, of reaching their enlightenment, right? People pay so much money to go to these retreats. They pay so much money to listen to these gurus. I don't know what they're called. Okay, gurus. I don't know, but they pay all this money um, to go to these retreats to seek knowledge, and the knowledge has always been within you, right? It's always been within you. It's just pushing past that fear. Okay, the knowledge has always been within you. Okay, always. The gurus can give you gurus, I don't know what they call them, okay? But they can give you the understanding, but the spiritual part of it is only for you to understand, okay? For you. You. 7:17 on the clock. You. Okay? So when you're on the spiritual path of enlightenment, um, you have to walk the spiritual path alone, okay? And people don't understand because when you walk the spiritual path alone, um, it could be scary. When I started my spiritual journey, I started it years ago because I always knew there was more out there. Okay, I've always could see. I was a seer. You guys, I was seeing dead people. Okay, I would see silhouettes. I would see the actual person in the physical form, and these people were dead. Okay, now that scared me. Okay, and then I got to a point where I got used to it, right? But so on my spiritual path, hey Margaret, how are you doing? I hope you're doing well. Hope you're doing well. You never sent me um your information. I don't even have the phone here. Let me write this down. This phone number down, Margaret. It's the phone that I do my reads on. Hold on. See if I can find it. I was up all night, you guys. I can't even make it up. Are you ready? 717-984-9475. 717-984-9475. Okay. Did you get that, Margaret? Let me know. Did you get that phone number? If you did, put yes. I hope you're doing well, beautiful. Put yes if you got that phone number. Um, wow. You got it? It won't let me get. You got the number though, right? Okay. Call me later. You guys, I'm working from another phone. Um, what's happening is we're in this retrograde. So there's going to be a lot of technical issues with phones. You guys, I'm not making this up. I went jet skiing and um, My daughter actually dropped the damn phone in the water by mistake. Okay. But anyways, so I'm working from another phone because I do reads on one and then I have one phone just for family and friends. Okay. But contact me because I definitely want to do a read for you and I definitely need your address so I can send you that stuff because I'm holding on to it. Okay. I'm holding on to it for you, Margaret. But let's talk about the spiritual journey of enlightenment. Okay, the spiritual journey of enlightenment. Yes, indeed, love. Okay, call me later, okay? Like around 3 o'clock. 333 on the dot. Um, you guys, I was up all night with the ancestors. Um, they when I got into let me explain something. When I got into the mode of in my thoughts, they said get up and dance. Okay. Now this was on my native side, but last night was on my African side. Okay. And I got up and danced because they want me to know they were dancing with me in the spiritual realm. It's because they want me to know that everything's going to be okay. Okay. So they tell me to get up and dance. And the last time I got up and danced with my natives, it was so different. Okay. Like I felt like I was in a complete circle with them. Okay. But when I'm in them thoughts and I'm processing it, because there's a lot of times when it's hard for me to process so much that I have to just write. And I can't write that fast as much as I'm processing. Okay. It's too much information, too much downloads. Okay. And I'm trying to process it and it's too much. Okay. And then I'm getting energies that are coming in 12 on the clock that are coming in to send messages to loved ones. And I'm just like, it's just too much. And people got to understand that this takes a lot out of us, okay, energetically. Because when we pull in energies, I did a read yesterday on that Texas shooter. Um, hold on, let me find. I did a read on that Texas Salvador. I did a read on that boy. Um, and I mean, his energy was so heavy where it was just draining. So when I do read you guys, I'm gonna keep it real with you. It's a lot to take in. Okay. It takes a lot of energy. I don't know how people do reads every day. I don't know how they do it. I mean, people are doing Libras, people are doing Virgos, people are doing Scorpios, Sagittarians, Aquarians, Leos, Tauruses. I mean, I want to get to that point where I can do reads like that. I was doing that at one time. I was doing reads like on different signs. But I normally just do the reads on my Libras, right? But I was doing reads like on Libras, Virgos, whatever sign was coming to me, that's who I was doing reads on. But it's a lot. It's a lot. It's draining. I seen one of these tarot readers and she does reads every day on every different sign. And I'm like, how is she doing this? Okay. Because you have to have time. This is dark. Hold on, let me turn the light on. Okay. You have to have time to recharge and reset your energy, okay? And ground your energy, and earth your energy. Because you're pulling all these signs, you're pulling all kinds of energy, okay? Energy is transferable, okay? So I don't know how she's doing it, okay? Um, but there's times when you need to take a break, regroup, and recharge your energy because you will get drained. And when I'm like that, I won't read. Or if there's a reading that I want to read on and I feel like I can't do it, I won't do it at that time. I'll do it at a later time. Because there's a lot going on today and there's a lot going on that I want to talk about, but I just can't be on here all day on lives. I got a life too outside my lives, okay? But I do it because of you guys. And I'm a messenger, okay? A lot of us are messengers. But let's talk about the ancestors. So the ancestors, we're not supposed to fear the ancestors, you guys. On my spiritual journey with the ancestors, like I said, I've been to different denominations of churches. I do believe in Yeshua. I do believe in it, because I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for him and the Christ conscience. Okay, um, there is a higher power. Okay, I don't care what nobody says. Okay, if you've been through things in life, you know there's a higher power. Okay, you know the angels are around. You know the ancestors. But let's just talk about the ancestors because they say keep talking about the ancestors. So the ancestors. So through my spiritual journey, I'm gonna tell you a little bit about why I come on here and I share this information with you guys is because I'm a messenger. There's a lot of messengers out here. Okay, I'm not the only messenger. There's plenty of messengers out here. Okay, I'm just one of the messengers, okay? But I want to share my story with you guys so you guys can hold on, you guys, let me turn the lighting. So you guys can understand um that see what happened was they did not want us speaking to our ancestors because of our ancestors. They thought it was they feared that. But it's okay to talk to the ancestors, okay? Um they're here with us. They are our spirit guides. Now, we also have angels, and we're supposed to call on our angels. That is our spiritual team, okay? They're here to assist us, okay? So you need to call on them, you guys, all right? Don't be afraid. Call on them. Say, I'm calling on all my ancestors. I'm calling on all my spiritual team, even my angels. I'm calling on you guys. Give me true discernment, true sight, whatever is not meant for me to take it away from my life. Okay. Show me the truth. Show me the way. Nothing but the truth and nothing but the way. Okay. But you have to have a heart, pure heart. Okay. Pure intentions. Okay. Because they see all. Okay. Now, what's interesting is so my spiritual journey. So I go to my native side and then I go to my African side. Okay. Yes, Margaret. I hope you're doing well. I go to my native side and I call on my yesterday I was definitely with my African ancestors. Um Sometimes I'm with my native ancestors, okay? Sometimes I'm with my African. Depends on who's coming through, okay? But last night my African ancestors were coming through heavy. With my native it was interesting because when my natives come, they come like we form a circle and they just start dancing with me. They're like, get up and dance because they know that I'm in my thoughts, I'm in my head, okay? And they want me to reshape my thinking because I could be thinking like not good things, like you know what I mean? Like not like I yeah, like last night I came back and I was reflecting because I had a lot. I reflect and I was just like, there's things that I'm trying to get done in my life. And I was like a little bit upset. So they were like, nah, get up and start. I was about to go to sleep. They were like, no, get up and start dancing. Like dance with us. So they got me out of that funky mood that I was in to say, come on, you know, you got this. You're okay. We're here. Okay. This is basically they said get up and dance. Okay. So that's what I did. But we're not supposed to fear our ancestors. We're supposed to embrace our ancestors. This is where the churches came in and they taught us that it's not okay. It's okay. So I want to tell you a story. You guys, it's okay to commune with your ancestors. Now, I want you to be very careful and very mindful. There's good, there's light and dark. Remember, you have positive and negative, like that battery charger, positive, negative. Okay. So you can either go either way, but you got to be mindful of that. Okay. Very mindful of that. Okay. So, um, like I said, both sides of my family, I had healers. Now, a lot of people, they went by healers. Okay. That's all I know. Healers. They, the real shamans, healers, and they don't even like to be called shamans. They said they like to be called healers. They knew about plants. Okay. My father knew about plants. Okay. My mother knows about plants. But the thing about it is interesting is we're messengers. That's all we are, messengers. Okay. To elevate and raise the consciousness of our people. Okay. That's what we're here to do. And that's what I'm going to continue to do. Okay, until they're ready to call me to my ascension. Okay. Another, because every time we ascend, we have ascension. Guys, we have multiple ascensions. Okay. Um, we each time we ascend too, we're also being spiritually attacked each time we're ascending. So we have to call on protection. Okay. Because there's an energetic tricksters around us. Okay. But anyways, so I'm going on my spiritual journey and I'm going to different churches, like I told you guys. And I didn't find that in the church. I found that on my walk. Okay. But what was so interesting is when I'm pulled more, and this is gonna happen to you guys. Now, some people are pulled to like Hindu, some people are pulled to Santa Maria, some people are pulled to Native, okay? Um, but it depends on whatever you're drawn to. So I'm gonna tell y'all a story. I came to Florida and I have a friend here. Okay, I have a friend in PA too. Both of them are from Cuba. Okay, now their ancestors are the same as my ancestors. They're the Taino, Arawak, and Carib Indians, right? So, and they're mixed with Africans. Okay, like the Brazilians, all that. They brought slave trade was everywhere. Okay, but what's so interesting is I came to visit my friend here, right? And before I came to visit my friend, I seen my friend in Pennsylvania and I was talking to him. He has a botanica shop, right? And he started reading me a prayer in Spanish. Okay, you guys, my Spanish is not too good. Okay. I can understand it, but speaking it is not really good. But I can understand it. Okay, and I can read it a little bit. So I remember because my dad always spoke English because he always dated African women. Okay. But I remember I was trying to find where where I'm going, right? So before I left Pennsylvania, my friend prayed over me. Okay. Now when I got to Florida, I had a friend here that had a botanica, right? And in the future, I'm going to be working on my herbalist and maybe have my own botanica. But what was interesting, and I'm gonna write a book. Okay, this is all gonna happen, guys. I'm telling you. Wait and watch. Um, so when I went to see my friend in the Botanica, he was shocked to see me because I didn't tell him I was coming. I just showed up. So in the Santa Maria culture, a lot of the men read the shells, right? So but I could always read shells. I can not even read without shells. I could just read. Okay. It's a gift. It's a gift. So anyway, so I was trying to find my hold on, I'm gonna find it for you guys. Hold on. So I was in the beach and my ancestors sent me flowers, you guys. I don't even know how I got these damn flowers. I was in the Gulf of Mexico and I got the flowers. The petals were thrown at me and I went out. I followed the petals and they gave me a whole bunch of flowers. Okay. And they were saying, "Welcome home, my daughter." Okay. My water ancestors. So I remember I go into a store and I couldn't find my Orisha of what Orisha that I wanted, that I was connected to, but I knew I was connected to the water ancestors. I knew that for a fact, okay? Because my dad's tribe was, everything was done over water, okay? So what happened was, hold on, you guys. I go in the store and I'm telling him, he's like, the one in Pennsylvania told me already who my Orisha was. And I was like, nah, that's not my Orisha. I didn't feel that. Okay, I didn't feel that. I was like, no, that can't be because I wasn't drawn to that Orisha. Okay. The seven African Orishas. Okay. Now they're saints, but they change them. If you look at all mythology, they have this in all mythology. Okay. Um, but mine, I figured out who mine was when I came here and I was drawn to her. Okay. So when I went to the store, okay, I was like, what Arisha was calling out to me? You guys, I can't make this up. Okay. Now, the Orisha that was calling to me was the African goddess of the ocean. Okay. Of the damn ocean. And this is why I understand why it was the ocean, because I am from the water ancestors. Okay. So, so I got two statues. Okay. And her name is Yemayah, Yama, right? She's the goddess of the ocean, the goddess of the ocean. That was my Orisha. Okay. Um, I was drawn to her. So that day I bought two statues. There was many statues there, but she was the one that I was drawn to. Okay. I have two of them, and I will do a read with the other one later. But this was her. Okay. Now the altar that I will do, you guys, I did say about not doing altars. The thing about the altars is you have to be careful. The reason why I said be careful with the altars is because the intent of the altars. Okay. Our ancestors always have altars. If you think about it, when you go to church, that is an altar. Okay. When you go on to the church, you take communion, that's an altar. Okay. Yes, that's an altar. But she was Yama. I hope I'm saying her name right. I was drawn to her. Okay. This is the goddess of the sea. And I understood why I could read the shelves because this was my ancestors. Okay. So she's beside me this morning. And I have another one, very beautiful. Because I couldn't figure out my Orisha, but he in Pennsylvania told me it was another whole different Orisha. But I knew this was my Orisha. Okay. I felt it within my spirit, within my soul. Okay. Um, she's the African goddess of the sea. Okay. When I'm in the water, um, I'm in my zone. Okay. I'm in my space. But she's the Orisha that I will make my altar around. Okay. And my ancestors. So what I do is I put a picture of everybody. This I had one in Pennsylvania and didn't even know I had a damn altar. Because my daughter came in, my oldest daughter, and she said, "Mom, you have an altar." And I'm like, "Altar? What the hell are you talking about?" And I had all my passed over loved ones' pictures in front of me when I was doing my reads. So that is a altar. Yes. When you go to church, that is an altar. Okay. But it's the intention of your altar. That's the main thing. You have to be careful with the intent of the altars. Okay. I have people that reach out to me that is IFA. Um, um, which I have a friend that's into that. But we're not gonna talk about that. That's another story for another goddamn day. Okay. But the power of Yayama. Thank you. And I'm hearing Catalina. So I don't know if one of my past lives my name was Catalina. Okay. But I'm gonna tell you, I kept hearing Catalina. The ancestors were calling me Catalina. I'm like, who the hell is Catalina? Okay. But she's the protector of women. Okay. This is my Orisha, the protector of women. She governs everything pertaining to women, parenting, child safety, love, and healing. That all is me. According to myth, when her waters broke, it caused a great flood, creating rivers and streams, and the first mortal humans were created from her womb. Remember, I said the womb is a portal. Okay, the womb of the mother is a portal. Okay, the womb. Now, when you find out who your Orisha is, and I'm 44 and just finding out who my Orisha is, um, I am the protector of women. Okay, she governs everything pertaining to women, protect women, parenting, child safety, love, and healing. Okay. According to the myth, when her water broke, it caused a great flood. Okay. Now, this is who I was drawn to. Okay. Now, I felt her and my ancestors when I got into that damn water. They they put rose petals, you guys. I wish I made a video of this because I didn't have my phone in the water. Okay. My daughter dropped my phone when we went jet skiing, but they had the rose petals. Like they wanted me to walk out. And I walked out, I seen the rose petals, and I walked out and they had a whole bouquet of flowers waiting for me. And they were like, welcome home, my child. Okay. Um, so they had prayers for them. It says, Yama, blessed mother of sea, let your sacred waters wash over me. Mother, embrace me, your humble child, cleanse me, um, nurture me, sustain me. Okay. Um, but you can say anything. Um, and you just not just Orishas, because you got to be careful with this. Hold on. I got to screenshot this. You got to be careful with the Orishas because some people get really into the Orishas, and I've seen this happen. And Santa Maria, where there was two young people. This was years ago, you guys, and I was like, "Oh no, no, no!" I walked out. This is what I'm telling you. I've been on a long spiritual journey, and we were at a ceremony, and people was calling the ancestors, and there was a man and a woman in the middle. They were young, and I don't know what took over their bodies, but I was like, "Oh no, this is not for me." Okay, so I walked out, but my friend, she was into it. She's still into it to today. But you have to be careful. You have to be careful because there's good and bad. Remember, there's light and dark in everything you do in this life. Okay, so you have to be careful which side you choose, which lane you stay in, the dark or the light. Okay. Uh, so I actually had an altar of my ancestors. Um, of all my ancestors that passed, um, all my ancestors that passed, I had all of them pictures in front of me. So basically, I had my own damn altar and didn't even know it. Okay, and I was telling people not to have altars, but the altars that I was seeing people having that I was like, take that shit down, was the ones where they're sacrificing. Okay, um, they'll sacrifice animals. And then they'll drink the blood of the damn animals. Yeah, I'm not doing all that. Okay, that's the no, I'm not doing all that. Some people are sacrificing children. Okay, yes, children. That's that. Where they're drinking the blood of a child, the firstborn child. Like, I can't even make this up. There's a video that I want to do on this. She went to Haiti. Okay, now she's lying. Okay, and I want to expose her. Okay, and the reason why I want to expose her is because she said she went to Haiti with her husband. He was a lawyer, to help the Haitian children. When people of Caucasian race go to, even of any race that go to Haiti in Africa, there's trafficking going on, you guys. Okay, it's not they're going there. Some of them are going there as missionaries, yes, to help these people, but some of them are, their agenda is not to help these people. Their agenda is to traffic these children. Okay, um, and put them into servitude. And this is the energy that I was getting from her. Now, she said she went there with her husband. Now, listen to this story. I'm going to talk about her more and more on another video, okay? Because I want to expose her. Because people were commenting, when I was reading the comments, people were like, oh, you're doing such a wonderful job. I mean, people are giving this woman money. Money. Remember when Hillary Clinton's aide was crossing in Haiti, crossing over with children? Those children were to be trafficked. Okay. So my question is, what was she really doing in Haiti? And what was her husband really doing in Haiti? Okay. Now, when I do that video, I'm going to say for entertainment purposes because um, her husband has money. Okay. She married into money. Okay. But she said that she went over there to help the children. No, she did not went over there to help the children. Her mission and her husband, he was already involved in the trafficking. So she got involved with the trafficking because it was a lot of money. This is a trillion-billion-dollar business. Trillions, billions of human trafficking of children. And this bothers me, and I'm going to talk about it. And I'm going to expose her ass on every level, just like I exposed that other woman. And she was following me on Facebook. The other woman that I exposed for human trafficking was following me on freaking Facebook. And she thinks I don't know this. I'm a seer. I know. Okay. I know what energy. People that comment on my page, I know who's coming in and out my energy field. Okay. Because that white light of protection is over me. I call on that all the time. I call on my ancestors. I call on my angels. I call on the Christ conscience. Okay. To show me what I need to see. And they show me what I need to see. When I was in meditation, I seen the white lady about a couple of days ago. And I was led to her channel, and then I seen her again. So they told me to talk about her. So I will talk about her. I will do a video just on her to expose her ass. Because she's not over there saving those goddamn children. She's over there trafficking these children. Okay? And it's happening all across the board. Okay? And people are sending her money because she has an orphanage with the children that are disabled. But that's not why her first intention of going to Haiti and to Africa. Her intention was to traffic what her husband was already doing. Okay. And her husband was making money off of trafficking the children. Okay. Yeah. Okay. But I will do a video on that woman. Okay. I definitely will do a video on that woman. And I will say her whole full name. Okay. You can watch the video yourself and tell me what you get from what you hear from her. Because it's very interesting. Very interesting. But I was pulling her energy from like that. Okay. There was another lady that was following me. She took her whole YouTube channel down. Okay. Because she was also human trafficking. Okay. But then she started following me on Facebook. I'm like, this wench has a nerve to follow me on Facebook. And I showed my friend her picture. Remember when I said my son was crying because he was seeing what I was seeing with my spiritual eyes? My friend was like, oh my God, she's a witch. And I'm like, yeah, she's a witch, but she's an evil witch. Like the Kardashians. If you could see them Kardashians on the soul level, you guys will run like hell. Okay. But anyways, I found my Orisha. Okay. It's Yama. She's from the goddess of the sea. Um, Now it tells a story about her life. She was married to Agon, and had one son, Orgon. and 15 Orishas came from her. She was the original, like the OG. She would be the OG. Okay. Um, they include Ogan, Okan, Shapan, and Shango. Okay. Other stories would say that Yama was also there in the beginning and all life came from her, including all Orishas. And I believe it had came from her. Okay. She's the ancestor of the sea. Now, if we look at the ancestors of seas, we can think of her as um, the mermaids, okay? Because there were mermaids, you guys. The mermaids are real, okay? I may sound crazy, but who cares? Um, but I was drawn to her. Of all Orishas, I was drawn to her. And now I understand why I was drawn to her, okay? So when I do my altar, it's just going to be with the water, the flowers, the pictures of my ancestors, and I will have her. I have two of her statues and the blue candles, but it's not like I'm praying to her, but I'm calling on her. Okay. And I'm calling on my ancestors and I'm calling on my angels. Okay. But I am not, how can I say it? I am not serving nobody. Nobody. The only person I'm serving is Yeshua. Okay. Yeshua. I don't worship any deities. Okay. Let me emphasize that. No deities. I don't worship. But I will call on her for her strength, her wisdom, and her knowledge. Okay. To guide me too with my ancestors and with my angels. Okay. Um, but that's my story. But I was drawn to her as a Orisha. Okay. Now, people don't tell you on your spiritual journey, they don't tell you about all this stuff. Because if you think about it, like I never really studied Hindu, but I know a lot about Hindu. I know a little bit about Hindu, not a lot, but I never studied Hindu. It's crazy. So, anyways, my spiritual journey I found outside the church. Um, but I learned not to have attachments because when you have attachments, it's not good to have detachments because when you don't have detachments, you're truly free. Okay, truly free, no attachments. Okay, you are truly free. All right. Um, but when I have an ideal of the altar, how I'm gonna with all my ancestors that passed, just the pictures. Their water, because I can read in water too. I see faces in water. Um, and the shells, they speak. Okay, shells speak. You guys, I'm telling you, shells speak. Um, but I found her as a Arisha. Now, if you notice too, with Beyonce and all the other people, they have Beyonce's Arisha is she chose but she's possessed. Okay, she's possessed. So you got to be careful with these Orishas because entities can come in. So you have to be like balanced, and you got to know what you're doing, okay, and how you're doing it, how you're moving, and how you're doing it, okay, because what happens is there's positive and negative. Okay, so you got to balance out that positive and negative, the yin and yang. Okay, but Beyonce is interesting because she did a video and her Orisha was Oshan, Oshan, where she was wearing the all yellow. I'll show you a picture of her. Oshan is commonly called the river Orisha of goddess in the Yoruba religion and is typically associated with water, purity, fertility, love, and sensuality. She is considered one of the most powerful of all Orishas, and like other gods, she possesses human attributes such as vanity, jealousy, and spite. So this Orisha that she chose was interesting because a lot of people go choose this right off the bat, choose this Orisha. but it's what Orisha is calling you. Okay, 4:44 in the clock. What Orisha that is calling? Hey, is what Orisha that you are drawn to. Okay, but Beyonce did the one with Oshan, and but what with Beyonce is a little bit different because she's like possessed, like really possessed, you guys. But Yaman um are the ancestors of the water. Okay, they are, most of them are the ancestors of the water. And if you look at their statues, they have the body of the mermaids themselves. So the mermaids did exist. They still exist. Um, they had great knowledge, you guys. But I'm going to end this, you guys. And I hope you guys got something from this message. But everybody has their own calling in life and own purpose, and everybody has their own spiritual walk, and you just have to find yours. Okay, that's all I'm saying. And whatever you're drawn to it for a reason. Okay. All right, you guys. This is Jennifer Felix. I'm sending you guys love and light, my beautiful souls. Bye.